Good afternoon, AVCon! How are we doing? Are you guys asleep? Do you need more Red Bull? How are you doing, Adelaide? Well, we all know why we're here. I'm Jessie Cosplay, and this is the Adelaide round of the Championships of Cosplay. Now, this is the next stop on the cross-country journey to crown Australia's national champion of cosplay. From each capital city, we're selecting a winner who will represent their state in the national final at Sydney Oz Comic Con in September. The overall Australian champion will then fly to C2E2 in Chicago next year to stand against 9 other countries and battle it out for the title of Global Champion of Cosplay. The current Australian champion is Adelaide's own Dingo Ate My Cosplay, and we're very proud of her 3rd place in the world finish. Yeah. So who will be representing Adelaide and maybe even Australia? Our contestants are backstage waiting for you, and I think they're a bit nervous, so everyone give them a cheer, let them know you're excited. Now, selecting this winner isn't easy, especially with the number of techniques and materials used, so we had to get some judges who really know their stuff. First up, we have Zumbo Blackheart. Zumbo Blackheart is an award-winning cosplayer, AVCon Avenger, and Spotlight Ambassador. When she's not traveling Australia to attend various conventions, she's producing cosplay commissions and makes professional wrestling gear. She loves the transformation aspect of cosplay and how she can bring together sewing, armor, wigs, and SFX makeup to create her characters. One of her favorite things is sharing her knowledge and techniques with the rest of the community. Thank you, Zumbo. Up next, we have Scrap Shop Props. By night, Scrap Shop Props is a cosplayer. By day, he is also a cosplayer, working full-time with his partner, Henchwench, as a costume and props maker for the video game industry. With a passion for science and engineering, his focus is armor, finely crafted props, and electronics. Scrap Shop Props' work has seen him representing many AAA titles, including Overwatch, World of Warcraft, Quake, Metro Exodus, and Fortnite. Thank you, Scrap Shop Props. And finally, we have Clutterfiend Cosplay. An avid cosplayer and gamer, Clutterfiend stumbled into cosplay back in 2012 and hasn't looked back. Drawing inspiration from her favorite games and anime, her cosplays have given her many wonderful opportunities working with Blizzard, Riot Games, and Activision. Her builds are largely armor and sewing, 3D printing, articulating props, and EVA foam. She's a proud member of the Adelaide cosplay community and enjoys creating an atmosphere of support and encouragement to anyone eager to create and have fun. Thank you, Clutterfiend. And thank you all for joining us and lending us your expertise. The Championships of Cosplay is presented by Spotlight and Brother. They believe in the power of imagination and transforming everyday heroes into supercharged stars. With Spotlight and Brother, your ultimate creation is you. Now, will an Adelaide cosplayer be our national representative this year? Let's find out. First up, please welcome to the stage Zaffi Cosplay as Yasha from Critical Role. Zaffi Cosplay has been building things and dressing up for over a decade, and back in the day, all she could use for costumes was party satin and cheap plastic wigs. But now, much of her spare time is spent 3D modeling and printing pieces, including props for Riot Games and Blizzard Entertainment. This costume began as a 2-week fun building project last year to celebrate the character and as a chance to learn some new techniques. The tunic and cape were drafted from scratch. Made from gray suede, the tunic is decorated with about 60 meters of handmade trim from the tunic fabric, which was braided into 6, 8, and 10-strand braids. Yasha's pants have 120 eyelets punched for the side seams and then laced up with leather cord. Her cape is made from scrap leather hides and sewn together with fabric, and the navy blue stole was originally a rug from a homewares store that was modified and airbrushed. The wig had almost another full wig worth of fiber added. Then it was teased, braided, and dreadlocked before ribbons, beads, and feathers were woven in. Her belts and sword harness are functional and are made from leather strips cut to size, and the edges and loops were all hand-stitched for both decoration and use. A leather belt stamped with runes supports the Stormlord amulet, which was 3D modeled, then printed before it was molded in silicone and cast in solid pewter. There are 2 bolts sunk in the back to support the 700-gram weight, and she could absolutely kill a man with this piece. Her sword was designed in Fusion 360. The blade was laser cut in layers of black acrylic, and the runes were laser etched into the top layer of the acrylic. Yasha's wings are built from aluminum tubing, and the bones are made from Warbler's pearly art covering wire frames. The membranes are made from flexible resin, and the wings open to approximately 3 meters from tip to tip. The wings open and close with the help of a remote-controlled linear actuator. She hand-made and bound the book, and it's filled with references to the game, so read at your own risk. Thank you so much, Zaffy Cosplay. Next up, we have Renegade Cosplay as Ana Amari, the Bastet skin from Overwatch. Renegade Cosplay has been cosplaying for over 10 years now, starting way back in 2008 when they went to their first ever AVCon. They have a diploma of costume and an advanced diploma of fabric, so it's safe to say that cosplaying is something they're incredibly invested in. True to the character, Renegade wanted to use fabrics that would fit into the world. A heavy denim was used for the coat, and pleather used for all the line work because it's hard wearing. The coat is also completely lined, and the lining was hand-painted with a stencil. The decal on the back of the coat was free hand-drawn, and all of it is top-stitched down. The top was made for fleece for ease of wear and mobility, and the hood and head covering are attached to it. The gold pleather was used throughout for a sense of unity. Wrapping the foam armor in the pleather also made it sturdy and tied it into the rest of the costume. The gloves are made from 2 types of pleather with the details glued and stitched on. There's a lot of top stitching on this costume. EVA foam in various thicknesses was used to create texture and detail on the gun, and it was scaled to their size. The sleep dart is made from foam and features holographic content and a straw. The shoes were made completely from scratch, using super high-density foam soles, foam clay, and pleather. Yes, they made their own shoes, and they look better than mine. The mask is covered in ultrapreme and has gold pleather detailing. Magnets were used to attach the mask to the skull cap underneath for easy removal for eating or speaking. The pouch on the bandolier is fully functional, because what cosplayer doesn't love a pocket? The health pack lights up inside with LEDs. They said the most difficult part was the leg armor, and they are attached to the pants with Velcro. They've got our back. Thank you, Renegade Cosplay. Please welcome Kiralee Cosplay as Cure Flora from Go Princess Precure. Kiralee Cosplay has been cosplaying for 5 years, and in that time has represented Perth twice in the Madman National Competition and Australia for the World Cosplay Summit. This cosplay took approximately 350 hours to complete over 9 months. Everything had to be self-patterned, as it had a very weird and gravity-defying shape. Each section needed to be mocked up an average of 4 times to get right. All of the main outer fabrics used are silks. The crinoline is made from 8 steel hoops and is covered with a 9-layered tulle petticoat, all made by hand. The skirt has 2 rows of pleats at the bottom, 2 purple draped swag, and a patterned overskirt in pink. It is then finished off with 4 tails, which each have a bow, with a large pillow-style flower with satin stitch detail and a golden orb in the center. She also has a matching short skirt version for walking around the convention floor. The bodice takes up the equivalent of a circle skirt in fabric and is interlined completely in buckram to give it the wave shape while still being able to move freely. The bodice itself has 4 bows on it, 2 different floral laces, satin stitching applique, a small pillow-style feather, multiple pink silks, puffy sleeves with a petal design, a golden orb, and gold buttons, all with flower designs on them. The necklace, earrings, gloves, and shoes all include more handcrafted miniature flowers to tie in with the skirt, and they use either gold buttons or glass stones. The wig was made from a base wig and 4 clip-ins. It's been hand-dyed, and extra wefts were made from clippings to create her little onion top. The crown was made with foam, warbler, and pink. To finish off the entire look, as Flora is a magical girl, a healthy dose of rhinestones were added all over the costume. And sparkle she does. Thank you, Kiralee Cosplay. before she goes too far, I will invite all of our contestants back on stage so you can give them some appreciation. A round of applause for the incredible skills they've shown today. And while they're getting on stage, I'm also going to invite our judges to join us. Ladies and gentlemen, the Adelaide contestants. All right, we're going to announce our winner. Can we get a drum roll from the audience, please? Adelaide, your 2019 Adelaide representative is Zaffy Cosplay as Yasha from Critical Role. Now, we're going to get our judges as well to give us a little insight into why they picked this costume as the winner. Zimbo.
The attention to detail in this cosplay is just absolutely astounding. Every little piece that she put into it came from a massive passion from the character, which you can really, really tell. If you get a chance to look at this up close, ask to see the book. There is so much detail inside this book, which she hand-bound herself. It is seriously, it's the little details in this that just really blew me away.
Another excellent feature of this was the sheer number of techniques that we used. You've got silicon casting, mechatronics, bookbinding, acrylic welding, laser cutting. It's just phenomenal, the sheer number of techniques that we used to bring this together.
Not only the number of techniques used, but the difficulties that you've had to overcome in order to bring this astounding costume to the stage and in front of everyone here. So, well done. Good job.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Zaffy Cosplay. We will have our contestants stay on stage for some photos, so please come up, get some pictures, and afterwards have a look at their incredible work. Thank you guys. You've been a wonderful audience. Enjoy the rest of the day.